Hey guys, this is Samantha from Map Media. Today we have someone very special on our channel, Mr. Jared Doucette. He's been working with us for some time now, and he's been having some great results. So that's why we thought it would be really important to bring him on today so that he could share some of his tips, hopefully, so that those out there who are struggling maybe might benefit from it. So how are you doing today, Mr. Jared?
I'm doing good, Delphine. Thank you for having me on.
Wonderful. So, would you mind introducing yourself and basically what you do?
Yeah, so my name's Jared Doucette. I'm here out of Orlando, Florida, and life and health insurance agent, primarily working in the final expense and Medicare market.
That's awesome. And you've been joining us for quite a while now, so would like to know how has it been for you so far?
Matt Media has been great for us so far. We've tried, like a lot of people, we've tried a lot of lead vendors out there who promise the moon and stars, and really, when it comes down to it, they really didn't give you much than a name and a piece of paper to call. And what we found with Mad Media is that they under promised and actually over delivered on lead quality, intent of the person we're talking to, and just volume that they can generate us for us at a good price.
Oh, that's great to know. And if you don't mind me asking, so how much annual premium have you been able to write so far with our program?
So since implementing Mad Media, on average, probably doing between 5 to 7,000 on an average week, but we've had some weeks where we've done as much as 10 to 12,000 with this system.
Wow, that's so impressive, actually. And what would you really attribute this success to? Like, is there something that you do? Like, I am really interested in knowing how you work the leads that was sent to you.
So yeah, so we work the leads in kind of any way possible. We were really strict on our scheduling as far as when it comes to dialing and setting appointments. So yeah, one of the ways that we're some of the so we work the leads in all kinds of ways. We do dial Mondays and Thursdays to set appointments for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday. So we're out in the field for about 4 days a week, doing in-person appointments. So when the leads come in, we're dialing them. We triple dial each lead 3 times a day. And if after a week or two we can't get a hold of them, we actually go to start texting them personally from our phone with just a beneficiary name, and we found that that is really helpful as well. Um, and then at the end of the day, if we can't get a hold of them by phone or by text message, we actually head out and just door knock the address where the person's living, and we've actually been able to convert sales on that as well. So we're
Oh,
just working
right.
working these leads really to the bone, kind of like how we were trained to do. We came from doing um, direct mail final expense, which is, if anybody's ever worked that, at best your lead's going to be 2 to 3 weeks old anyway. But we've worked leads as old as 2 to 4 years. And so we came from that kind of mindset where you need to be working these things to the bone no matter what. So for us, a lead isn't dead until they say no to your face at the door. And that's kind of how that's our mindset on really how we work these is we just need like a name and an address, and we can make something happen from that.
That's impressive, actually. So, I'm curious about one thing. So, how soon after you get the leads do you call them? You mentioned that you call them twice. I think you have 2 days for dialing, but do you call them instantly after we send you the leads?
Some leads we do if they happen to come in on Monday or Thursday, but for the most part, we don't change our dial days around for that. Um, if it's a Sunday and we're looking to run some extra business and we have some stuff come in, then yeah, we'll dial those right when they instantly come in. But I'd say most cases it's Monday and Thursday that we're getting to these people. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to them, but with the intent of the lead and what all the information and data points that Mab Media gets and the follow up campaigns. I've talked to people who submitted a request 2 3 weeks ago, and they still remember it as if they had just done it because that beneficiary name that's on there is super strong, and the hobby is really strong as well as far as getting people to remember that.
Yeah, so that's actually a great idea. And of course, I would like to know more about what do you tell them after you get them on the phone? Like, is there something like a specific script you're using? So, if I'm not wrong, would you provide a script? Are you using that same script or do you have a script of your own?
Yeah, we pretty much just use what we've gotten off of. I actually have the script right in front of me. We pretty much just say, ring ring. It's just, hey Delphine, my name's Jared Doucette. I'm a local underwriter here in the area. I'm the one in charge of the low cost state regulated final expense program. You put down Mark Smith as a beneficiary, and I'll wait for them to say yes. And then I'll say, you put down your favorite hobby is knitting. And after they say yes, I was like, okay, great. I'm just the one in charge of getting this information out to you. I'll be out there on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Does that work for you? So we
Oh,
keep it very, very simple. One thing I will say is after the first part of the script where it's like, hey, Delphine, and they say hello back, we don't stop talking until we get to the beneficiary name. Because the beneficiary name is really what makes these leads work. Because as soon as you say, and it's first and last name. So if it's Mark Smith, we're not just saying Mark, it's Mark Smith. And if there's something on there that says, whether it's their child or spouse, we'll incorporate that as well. So you put down your son, Mark Smith, as the beneficiary. Is that correct? And they'll go, yep. And then we do the hobby and they say, yep. And then we just book a day and time from there.
great strategy. I think it's really good for you to be able like to share this with others who are struggling like not right now. And of course, if ever you could like summarize like the main reason for your success in one sentence, what would it be?
Um, there's no, so we've been in the industry for a couple of years now, and there's no quick fix, right? Everyone's looking for the magic lead, and we've been looking for it, and we haven't found it. I would say with Mad Media, they give you the best opportunity at closing people because of the intent of the lead and the follow up with the systems that they have. I would say it just gives you, because we've sat with people who we couldn't close, but it wasn't because they didn't know what it was. It was maybe something we were doing or they just weren't ready to close yet. So one thing I'll say with the Mad Media is they give you a fighting chance to really make it in this business.
Yeah, so it's great to hear actually. We know that there are some common objections that you may have. So what is the common like what are the common objections that you usually have and how do you overcome them?
I was thinking about that when you sent us the question to look at. Um, and it took me a bit to kind of think of it because we really don't, with that simple script that we use, we really don't get too many objections. I think maybe one of them is that, how much is that going to cost? Right? And we've dealt with that. We deal with that in two ways. It's one of them's, well, based on your age and health, that's going to determine the rate that you get on this product. But again, I'll be out there on Tuesday. What time are you available? And that's really how we just handle that objection. And people are usually pretty open to it. And then the other way we've handled it is by implementing the budget that they set for themselves on the Mad Media lead. So you guys have kind of taken care of the biggest objection that we do get. But outside of that, when we call people, they know what it's for, they know what it's about, they know why we're calling. It's branded to our name, so I really don't get any objections like we used to. You know.
That's nice to hear. And final question for you. I'd like to know what are your thoughts on our program and what would you say to anyone out there who might be considering it, but they are actually on the fence?
So like I guess like again, like everybody else, you're always skeptical when you hear a lead company and you see the testimonials, but and I was one of them, right? I was like, I don't know, I don't I don't know about this, but one thing I'll say, I've just been so pleasantly surprised by how the expectations were set realistically, but the results were like way more than way more than I was expecting, right? So anybody who's thinking about considering is just give it a try. Like if give it a try, 1 month, 2 months, like you gotta, because it's just changed so much for us. Like I said, we've been able to issue about 20 to 30,000 a month pretty regularly, and we're still getting through some leads that we had from last month, right? So that number is just going to keep going. We've been able to we've been able to use this to do, not only final expense, but we get referrals of this to get to some younger people for IUL. We do health insurance as well, so we've been able to use this lead to cross sell into Medicare and under 65 health insurance. So this is really has become our one stop shop for our leads, in the industry. So if you're thinking about jumping in, just do it. If you having any problems, email me and I'll help you out with it. But we're just super proud to be partnered with Map Media.
That's nice to hear. It's actually heartwarming when we hear our agents are super happy. And if like one thing, we do provide a lot of things in our package, like, the leads mainly. But if there is one thing that you really like about our service, what would you say it is?
What I'll say, it's probably the weekly follow-up meetings that you guys do because it shows that you care about the quality of the leads. And that to us is huge. I know we've talked with Sam, Mo, and now you quite a bit. And knowing that your vendor manager is just a message away for when you're having issues is just been it's just been super important to us. And that right there is worth its weight in gold because so many lead vendors will just put you on a program and then you never hear from them again. Whereas with you guys, we're following up week after week, we're changing things, we're focusing on all the metrics of the business, and that to us is just worth so much.
That's great to hear. And of course, we'll definitely continue to deliver because for us, quality is really important. Like if you succeed, then we also we're going to succeed because we're on the same team, right? So thank you so much, Jared. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me and sharing these very, very valuable experiences with us today. So if you have any last words, I'd like to hear it.
Try Map Media, you won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much. So take care. Have a good day.
Thank you.